I'm Chico, but you can call me Luna of the Lilies.
And I'm Cindy.
And this is...
Enter text here.
We don't know the title yet. We haven't decided.
No, we haven't. We did this too soon.
You know, we're two ordinary girls.
Average girls from the valley.
Average girls from the valley. And we're talking about our funeral home stories because we worked in the funeral industry I worked for about 2 years, two and a half.
Same here.
I think you worked a little bit longer than I did, though.
2.5. No, I think around 2 years. Maybe 2.5.
2.5. So we're just gonna, talk about various subjects. And today's topic is the first time. Okay, so I want to ask you, how did you become interested in becoming a funeral director / mortician?
I don't have a good answer, but I'm not a social person. So for me, it was very like, okay, well, let me get into an industry where you don't have to deal with people. Obviously I was wrong. That's not what it's about at all.
Period.
Yeah. But like at the same time, it was like helping people, right, when they really needed help. Like I like helping people, so it's like, why not?
Your answer was very pageant-y, which was good, But I'll just give you the full reason why I decided to go onto that lifestyle. I was working at Macy's, I think. Yeah, Macy's. And I was like, I have nothing going for my life. I don't know what I want to do. Is it Mija going to funeral school? And then I asked you and I was like, hey Mija, are you going to funeral school? And you're like, yeah. Are you still going? Yeah. And then I looked up on Google and they were like, oh, by the way, morticians make so much money. And I was like, I'm in. You only go to school for 1 year and you become a millionaire, which is not correct.
No, they're lying to you. If a funeral director tells you they're making a lot of money, they must be working at like
they're doing a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Laundering money and working at River Oaks, but it's the average funeral director does not make that much.
So, I feel like we both went to school with the idea that we were gonna make money.
We were like, we're gonna be so rich, we're gonna be doing this and that.
And then when they were like, oh hey, okay, today's orientation, thanks for paying your fees. We just want to let you know that no, this is not a field where you'll be making money. We were like, it's too late.
They did tell us that, didn't they?
Yeah, at like the very beginning.
Yeah, it straight up told you that.
So we went to school in Houston here at
Say
it right?
No, don't say it.
Yeah, we can say it.
No, don't say names.
We can say the name of the school.
No, we cannot. I don't wanna.
We can't say the name of the businesses that we worked at though, because shady stuff.
No, let's not say the names either.
I don't want to say the name. Okay, fine. So we went to a school in Houston, Texas, a funeral school. It's called Funeral Institute.
Yes.
No, Institute of Funeral Sciences.
Yes.
So we went there in 2014.
14.
Yeah, a while ago. And so yeah, that was that. But talking about our first times, interesting enough, you had never been to a funeral, huh?
What?
Before we started, I had never seen like a dead body. I had never been to a funeral. I knew nothing about it. But I think you had.
But you're just interested in it, huh?
Yeah, I was just very interested in it, since high school. But I think before that, I think you had already like been to a funeral.
Yeah. So like I went to, just the average girl things. Like I had a couple family members die. When we were at school, is this thing on? When we were at school, before we actually messed with the dead bodies, the cadavers, I feel like my camera's tipping. There. They had like what is it called? A volunteer thing with the county.
You had to get volunteer hours. So
did you?
No, bodies. I'm sorry. You had to do.
Well, that was to graduate.
Yeah, that was to graduate.
But
we started doing
county funeral home.
But we started doing because we needed a certain amount of bodies to graduate.
Okay, well, if we're gonna say the name, we're gonna say the name.
Oh God.
So it doesn't matter because they're the county funeral home. It's the county funeral home.
It's the county funeral. So if you feel like donating your body,
So yeah, if you don't have money or you're homeless, and you want to go to the porta potty of funeral homes,
yeah, that made us who we were.
Yeah, but we learned a lot of things that we should do from them. What? They're watching this video?
That's true. They have better things to do.
Anyways, they're very busy. So, you could go and learn a little bit about funeral directing as well as embalming and stuff like that at the county funeral home of Houston, Texas. And then we got there, and then, I remember walking through the gravel. No, and then we went in, and then they're like, "Oh, you're the funeral students? Okay, this way." So they gave us a little tour. I don't know if you remember.
I do remember.
And they're like, "This is our chapel," which was like...
For like 20 people.
Yeah. And then they're like, "This, if you follow us this way, we'll show you our prep room, the embalming room." Mm-hmm. And it was like you went outside for a little bit, and then you went inside. Do you remember? So then they opened the door, and it was like the open Pandora's box, bitch. Once that shit opened real small, and then I was like, bodies.
No,
bodies.
okay, they told us they had over 100 bodies. No, 300?
I think space for like a shit ton of bodies.
But I think when we went, they had like 100 and something bodies already there.
I think so.
Because they had a really big freezer.
Because, like, right when we walked in, it was a prep room.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing the dude, the embalmer guy. And then there was, like, 3 or 4 bodies already done.
Yes.
And I remember I looked at them, and I was like... you know when, like, you're a little kid and you see, like, a stranger walking or they look really scary, and then you're just like...
Yeah.
Bitch, that was me. And I was like, they looked like wax.
They didn't look like... Like, I feel like they look more like real dead in the movies. Like they look more real like in the movies than in real life. Like they look like wax bodies.
They look like wax figures, like Madame Tussauds.
Yeah,
like. Much. And then it was that, right? This would happen in like a matter of seconds.
Oh,
where
yeah.
It was like you see the bodies, and then you turn this way and you see the body they're working on. First there was a bag, a black bag, unidentified, and then there was a body that the guy was working on, and that bitch was yellow. When I mean yellow, I mean like...
Yellow. So this is why you don't drink. This is why you don't drink, because then your body becomes yellow after you die. You have cirrhosis of the liver, and then you get extreme jaundice, and then you're fucked when it comes to cosmetics. But do you remember one of the first bodies we did was also... Well, it was the same day. He was an organ donor. He was everything donor.
That's the guy in the bag.
He wasn't in the bag.
He was in the bag.
No, they had a bag in his
well, the viscera bag. I remember that.
No, he wasn't in the viscera bag. No, what it was that
he was in a body bag, a black body bag.
No, he was out.
He was closed up first, wasn't he?
No, I remember.
Because I don't...
No, he wasn't closed up. I remember him being there.
Okay, if that's correct, I think I remember seeing the yellow dude first. Mm-hmm. The Simpsons motherfucker.
But he was... The organ donor was here. And then
the dude was there, yeah.
So he was more further down. I don't remember him being in a body bag.
I remember a bag. And I remember... Because I didn't see it or something. And I remember looking and I was like, what the fuck is that?
What is in there?
No, because like it didn't even look human.
Yeah.
It looked like chopped up shit. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, and that's when we found out that you can donate your bones. You can donate your skin.
Tissues.
You can donate your eyeballs. He donated everything.
Like his brain. Yeah. Well, they take your brain out. Anyways.
No, not the brain. Yeah, but he donated his eyes. He didn't have any eyes.
I know he was a bone donor because we had to put PVC pipe in.
Yeah, he was a bone donor, skin donor, eye donor. He was everything donor.
Well, anyways, going back to the split seconds that we knew that we fucked up. We saw this yellow man, and then the guy's just like, "Hey, how you doing?" Was he wearing gloves? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
okay, because they were notorious for like
not wearing
being
gloves.
Nasty. Yeah. He was wearing gloves, no mask, and he was just like, "Hey, y'all, blah blah blah." Like, "Oh, y'all students? Okay, yeah. Well, we're just working on this body here." And I was like,
"Come on in."
Fuck.
They didn't even ease into it.
No,
they were just like, "Come on, put on some gloves. Let's do this."
It was like, you know how they had like a shocklol.com or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was like that, but like in virtual reality. Like it was like, holy fuck, this is going in my subconscious brain, and it's just imprinting on it. And I'm just happening. Like, and it smelled in there too. It was gross.
Yeah.
And we had met with another student that was there already. I think there's 2 girls.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was all girls and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was all girls.
It was all girls.
It was all girls.
And, you know, just the girls. Just the dolls.
The girls hanging out, chilling. Well, I mean, the embalmer was a guy.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was nothing but girls.
Which I heard tea about the embalmer.
Mm-hmm. The tea we heard?
Yeah. Just one. I mean, girl, do your due. Yeah. But anyways, so it's okay. It's kind of a hazy memory of what exactly we did. I think we washed him. I think we massaged him or something. Ooh, and then I can't really remember, but there was jokes made, and I was like, what's going on? And then
should we be joking right now?
I was like, I think we had gloves on and shit, and
of course we had gloves on.
I know we did, but like,
no, I remember. Oh, this was a nasty. Okay, so the embalmer there, we were sewing up the guy who was an organ donor and everything donor, and he was trying to put the thread inside of the needle.
That wasn't that, was it?
Yes, it was. I remember that was the first time we saw that, and he couldn't get the thread in there, and he goes, and just put it. Remember, he had gloves on, and he was like trying to put. Do you remember that?
I thought that was a story they told us.
No, or was it?
Yeah, I thought it was a story. I don't remember. I didn't see that.
I thought he did do that. No, you know what? I think was it a story?
Unless you saw it with your eyes, I did not see it.
I don't. It was so long ago. I don't remember if I saw it or if they told us, but I do remember someone going.
Yeah, after like it had been in dead juices.
After being inside the dead bodies and like doing their things in there, it was just like people.
I think they were working on both bodies simultaneously.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So there was a bag, or there wasn't a bag allegedly, but there was chopped up remains, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And there's like, oh, he's a bone donor. Oh, he's a whatever donor.
He's an everything donor, pretty much.
No bones.
No nothing.
Skin.
Yeah.
He looked like fajitas getting ready to be cooked.
Honestly, he really did.
And I was just like, and then, okay, this is what I remember specifically. When he was like, the embalmer guy was like, he looked at me and he made this face. It was kind of like, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No. No, he was like, okay, I'm gonna open the organs now, because he had an autopsy, which he cut the shit up, and his chest was loose or whatever, his ribs, and they're just gonna pull it out with all the organs, which were in a bag from the medical examiner. And he was like, oh yeah, joking, as in like, if you're faint of heart, is that what it's called? Faint of heart? If you're faint of heart, hold on to something, because we've had people here pass out. And I'm like, oh fuck. And then he opens it up, and then I remember he like grabbed the bag of guts and like out of the dude's body, and I was holding onto the table discreetly though, because I didn't want anybody to know I was a pussy. And I was holding onto the table, and then I literally was just like, bitch, I got lightheaded, and I did, yes, I was terrified, and I looked at you, and you're just like, I'm like, are you insane? Am I the only sane person here?
I think what I remember was the fact that we were gonna put the cranial back on there, like the top of the skull back, and they just like peeled his face. Remember? They just peeled his face forward, and they were like, all right, let's put the skull back, because
it was just scalp skin on his face.
His face was just like laying on his chest, so they put the top part of his skull back, and then they just went.
Yep.
And they just
folded by here, little wrinkles, and then you hear the skull like. The noise of the empty skull, because they scoop your brain out too when they do an autopsy, and they get all your guts and giblets, and they put it in a bag, and then they put it in your stomach, and then they're like, here you go, do what you will. And then so he just dumps the guts in a bucket and throws like hard chemicals in it, just lets it sit there and marinate, like fajita marinada. Fast forward. We're doing a fast forward thing. After that, we were sewing up that donor, which was like a fucking puzzle. We had to sew his entire body up back together.
Mm-hmm.
We were finishing up the yellow body, jaundice.
Look it up.
Mr. Simpson himself.
In the flesh.
And I was like, oh, because I remember we had to treat him harder because he was getting shipped to like Cuba or something.
No, it's in Mexico or
something like that.
Someplace, yeah.
And they were like, oh, well, they're going to have to deal with the cosmetics. And I was like, this dude is straight up yeller.
Mm-hmm.
Like, old yeller ass. Like, yellow belly. Like, yellow.
This is why you don't drink. Because then your body's going to be yellow.
Well, they think they said he was like an alcoholic.
Yeah,
but
he was an alcoholic.
Then okay, this is what haunts me to this day. And you're probably... lights in your eyes are probably going to start lighting up when I say this. And I was like, hey, I have a question. Is it true that they put stuff in your asshole?
I remember this so well.
And then the dude was like, I'm glad you asked that question. And I was like, fuck! And
he was like,
literally, he was like, hold up. Digs through the drawers. That's not it. It was not like that. This bitch was like this big.
Oh,
it was
plug.
clear.
Anal plug.
Mm-hmm.
An average size anal plug.
But here's the thing. It's not just a regular schmegular anal plug that you get at Cindy's.
No.
This shit was corkscrew at the end. Like a fucking screw. And I was like, and then he was like, well, since you asked that question, here, you're gonna do it. And I was like, what?
and then he just like raised up his legs.
I'm not even gonna lie. When he said that, I was legit kind of wanted to cry. I was like, what?
And he was like, come raise his legs. We all raised his legs.
All the girls lift up this grown yellow man's legs. And I'm just face full of gooey, shitty asshole. There was doo-doo in there. But not only just doo-doo, there was like goop. Like dead goop there. Yeah. And I was like...
All I remember seeing is his arm going...
And then I twisted and bitch, that shit was warm.
I remember you told me.
The whole body was cold, but his booty was warm.
It was warm. That's where the warmth was.
And I twisted it, and I was just like, ooh! And then we're just ha 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 ha.
And then he went to the corner, and all I could see was,
oh well, shut up, bitch. I was like, damn.
Okay.
No, and yeah. And honestly, I blacked out from there. I don't remember what happened. I just remember being in the car, like. But
that was crazy. I remember that. He straight up just called you out.
But do you remember one of the other girls that was volunteering? We were for the autopsy body. We put this thing called like powder formaldehyde.
Formalin? I think it was called?
No, formalin is the liquid version.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Maybe that's why you didn't pass the embalming.
Okay, I see how it's gonna be.
But anyways. Oh yeah, so we were doing the powder embalming, and they were like, "Oh, by the way, we had our mask on, baby. We were zooped up, ready to go. Mask on, gloves on, face on, ready." And there was one girl. I don't know if she was trying to seem like she was just cool or something.
Or maybe she was being serious.
Maybe. But she didn't have no mask on. And, to each his own. And then he was like, oh, this stuff is really strong, though. So you might want to keep your mask on or whatever. Or hold your breathing. And he starts powdering that shit. And that shit just starts flying up. Just powder embalming. And this girl's like, I like the way it smells. It smells like cherry. And she just goes, ah. And we were like...
We would like smell it a tiny bit with the mask on, and we'd be
burning.
Like our eyes were tearing up.
Like
it was,
you're getting preserved on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, ah, and we were like,
you need to stop.
bitch,
You need to
are you
stop
trying to be
right
cool or
now, 'cause
something? This isn't cool.
This is
This is
life.
nasty. Not only that, but when we were in school, when we actually dealt with bodies, we had to do so much preparation. Do you remember we had to put the pee pads on the floor and everything?
Mm-hmm. It was a process before and after.
Here, it was like splish splash. Oh, you got embalming fluid on your arm. Oh, you got this on your... And I was just like... And I remember leaving, and I was like, I need to take a shower. It was almost like I had been through an assault. And I was like, I need to get all of my clothes, put it in a bag, and just bury it. And I just had to process what we just went through.
That was the first day we ever...
That was the first time you ever saw a dead body.
First time I ever saw a dead body.
First time I saw a dead body like that.
Yeah, like that. It's different. It was, I was our first everything.
And out of that horrendous experience, we went back.
Yeah.
We went back.
We went back. And we stuck through the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did.
We did. We sure did. Yeah, but... Damn.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it,
that was a lot.
We went through a lot our first
lot.
time.
Yeah. And that's what I still went right back to Macy's like, beep, beep, beep. You got any coupons, ma'am?
We just had our normal lives.
Yep.
I think I was an English teacher.
You know, I think I remember my family being like, so how was it? And I was like,
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so, and then I end the story with the butt plug. Like, what?
And it's so weird saying
like,
it, like, and then being there, it's like, that butt plug. So now he's actually terrified of butt plugs.
Yeah.
He can't.
I can never bottom.
He can't see it.
I will never bottom because that man pops in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, yeah.
That was our first.
That was our first time.
We went through it together.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take a little quick break for a word from our sponsors.
Feels good.
Shut it up, you stupid bitch.
Hi. And welcome back to our channel. Today we're gonna be talking about this.
So we're talking about racism in the beauty community.
We're gonna be talking about a review about the newest movie that just came out. I
was still gonna eat it. Watch this. You think you're the next American Ninja Warrior? Watch this. I didn't even chew it. Here. You do to me. Wow. I'm not eating the one on the floor.
You have to. We don't believe in wasting.
Well, that's our discussion for today. If you like that, you make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, Facebook, Google+. You totally rock! And make sure to hit that bell notification to get notifications if you want notifications.
If you don't want notifications, that's cool. I totally understand.
No, but if you want it, just click it.
Just click it.
My name is Lunar of the Lurlers.
And my name is...
I'm gonna bleep that out.
Ramirez.
So if you liked it,
if you like the stuff we talk about, if you want to know more about the inside scoop of the inside of the scoops, yeah, pretty much.
ta-da!
That's it for now.